So in one quarter, a $4 million AI-focused recruitment firm added $105,000 in gross margin. This did not come from sending more emails, okay, increasing outreach volume, or working longer hours. It came from tightening the access to companies that are actively hiring AI talent at the exact moment pressure was real. See, AI hiring is competitive, careful, decision maker driven, and honestly full of noise. Like, if the system was able to create access in AI hiring, this can create access literally anywhere else. What was the exact situation that they were facing? They were facing inconsistent pipeline, their sales team was burning out, poor targeting precision, low quality outreach cycles. The problem was not skill. They were able to close. They were extremely amazing in closing, and their service delivery was phenomenal. The problem was timing and structure. What was exactly broken? Before working with us, they were generating leads inefficiently, chasing companies without real urgency, running outreach without proper filtering. That is one of the most structurally different things that a lead gen agency does. A lead gen agency just optimizes for activity matrices. What we do is we are a market access firm. We create contextual introductions between staffing agencies and company under real hiring pressure. So you enter as a timely partner and not another recruiter. The simplest way I can explain what we do is we operate like referrals, but there's a process behind it. But see, all of these things were broken, right? That creates effort. That does not create leverage, and you need leverage to succeed. In AI recruiting, placement fees ranges from $20,000 to $60,000 per hire. When fees are that high, wasted conversations are expensive. Time lost directly impacts revenue. One placement changes the quarter, two placement changes the year. Genuinely, it does, right? So within 90 days, they got $105,000 in additional gross margin. This came from more qualified AI placements, better alignment with hiring need, and entering at the right moment. That is what we provide. We don't rely on cold outreach. We start by filtering companies which have real active hiring demand. And after we verify urgency, authority, and the budget to make that decision, that is only when we make the contextual introduction between both of you. So, what actually changed? We rebuilt their access strategy across the hiring signals, right? Instead of asking, who should we contact this week? That is what most lead gen agency do. We asked, where is hiring pressure clearly present right now? In AI hiring, pressure shows up when companies struggle to find qualified AI talent. Hiring cycles maybe are taking too long. Technical interviews are breaking down. Hiring managers are stuck. These are not marketing problems. These are operational problems, right? And operational problems make companies open to outside help. That is exactly when you enter. You do not enter before they are having a problem. You do not enter after they have actually solved the problem. You enter at the exact moment when the timing is absolutely right. The average cold outreach cannot decide if the timing is right or not. It can only decide if they are reaching out to the ideal customer profile or not, right? So what was the signal layer that we used? We tightened targeting around AI focused companies, decision makers who were actively hiring, roles that showed urgency, situations with clear budget and need. We ranked companies based on real hiring pressure. This obviously removed the noise that obviously, as I said, 30 to 40% of the entire job market is ghost jobs. So this removed all of that. When noise is removed, sales efficiency obviously increases, conversion improves, conversations feel natural, they do not feel forced. I think most of you may have realized is that whenever you're having, let's say you have 30 meetings aligned for the entire month, most of them, if they have come from cold outreach, a lot of them will be, we're just exploring right now. We are seeing our options. That is not urgency, right? Urgency makes the decision maker make decisions faster, right? So what was the structural impact? Three things improved. Lead quality increased, sales team efficiency improved, burnout decreased because time was spent on real operations, right? The $105,000 is a visible result of all of this. The improved structure is what makes this repeatable. Why does this work in staffing? Staffing is timing driven. It is not suitable for just cold outreach. Hiring managers do not randomly decide to use an agency. They become open when internal hiring stalls, headcount pressure increases, investors expect faster growth. That is only when there is an urgency, right? Product timelines are delayed, or teams are extremely overwhelmed. That is when hiring managers think that, yeah, we should hire. That is the signal window. Outside that window, outreach feels annoying. If, let's say, I wanted to put yourself in the shoes of the hiring manager of that company, you are getting outreach for like 100 days, and every single time the person is just asking, do you want to hire, do you want to hire, do you want to hire? You will be extremely annoyed because you do not want that. But let's say there's an exact moment that you want that to happen. What happens if any person that reach out to you, you will see that, hey, how did they know that I want this? Let me just have a conversation with them. If they have a good reputation in the market, then guess what? Most probably you're going to use that company to make the actual hire, right? So outside that window, outreach feels annoying. Inside that window, outreach feels helpful. That is the exact difference. Plus, we combined it with something that we call our connector angle. So, what this was not mass automations, list blasting, inflating activity numbers. What do we mean by activity numbers? Email sent, replies, positive replies, meetings booked. Let's say we reached out to 10,000 companies. 100 of them replied, positive replies, 30 of them booked a meeting. Those are activity matrices. They do not even tell you if the timing was right or not. They just tell you that you reached out to the exact decision maker that you want to reach out to. But do they even need you right now? Are they just shopping around? Who knows? So the result came from better aligned conversations, higher quality hiring demand, real AI placements. The system improved timing. The client executed the placements, right? So see if this works in AI hiring, one of the most competitive markets. It generally does just works in engineering hiring, product teams, data teams, revenue teams, Series A, Series B startups. The principle stays the same. Detect real hiring pressure, confirm economic fit, and then introduce at the right time.